our next story. Taiwan has held joint drills with its military and Coast Guard to prepare for what it calls China's growing gray zone threats. These threats include sand dredging and cable cutting tactics Taipei says are meant to wear down its defenses without sparking a war. The exercise led by President Lai Ching-te and in Kaohsiung simulated a ferry hijacking by international terrorists. The Coast Guard, backed by Army and rescue helicopters, boarded the ship, neutralized the threat, and evacuated casualties. A Navy anti-sub helicopter also joined, marking the first time these air assets have trained together in this way. The drill featured Taiwan's advanced Anping class corvette built for coastal combat and missile strikes. President Lai praised the Coast Guard's frontline role in defending Taiwan's democracy. He vowed to boost national resilience and rejected Beijing's claims over the land. Now we have guest Roger Liu. He's an assistant professor at National Sun Yat-sen University, joining us live from Taipei. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to NewsX World. Could drills like this, even if explicitly defensive, risk escalating military tensions or miscalculations with China?
Thank you for having me. This drill is held in Kaohsiung, as you have said, and this is actually the city I'm based in, and the university I'm teaching actually is right next to the harbor of Kaohsiung, which ranks the 15th of the world, and this is the largest business port of Taiwan. So I think there, of course, is a symbolism of doing a joint drill in the most important port in Taiwan to counter the coming possible blockade and quarantine imposed by China towards Taiwan. So if we go back to your question, whether this is going to kind of raise the hostility between Taiwan and China, I think this is like you have mentioned and indicated, very defensive in the nature. So what we're doing here is actually we bring different branches of the forces all together for the first, not for the first time, but as for the Navy anti-submarine warfare ship, warfare forces to join is for the first time. So this actually is to show to the international society that Taiwan has actually treating the blockade and the quarantine imposed by China very seriously. And the second thing is that if you notice, President Lai Ching-te has been accompanied by a U.S. official who is also a branch head of the Kaohsiung office of AIT, the de facto embassy of the United States to Taiwan. So that means that the U.S. has been working and collaborating with Taiwan all together on the security issues regarding this. So I think for this, today is very hot, and this is actually halfly open to the public. So I think, well, that the government of Taiwan actually is going to show not only to the international society, but also to its public about that they are ready for the coming challenge from China.
And building on that, what does President Lai's presence signal to both Taiwan and China during these exercises?
Well, when the president attends the event, it means that it is the national event, it is the first level strategic event, and this is the event that the leader of the government, the highest leader of the government, stresses. So I think his presence and his attendance actually is a showing of the determination of Taiwan regarding the importance of the event.
And is there any evidence that Taiwan's foreign allies, such as the U.S. or Japan, had a role in advising, planning, or providing intelligence inputs for these joint military and Coast Guard exercises?
Well, although this is done discreetly and under the table, but mainly in the circle of strategic and political planning in Taiwan, actually, we know that the U.S. has been sending more staff and troops here in Taiwan. For example, they had stationed 500 military-related staff in Taiwan, and now they are going to increase to 1,000. So the U.S. has helped Taiwan in different aspects regarding security. For example, the training of the military staff, the pilots, the sailors, and the Marines in different parts of the U.S., and the joint drills and the plannings of the scenarios here in Taiwan. And so now we see more and more U.S. soldiers on the streets of Taiwan and different parts of Taiwan. Actually, that helps to secure and to assure the minds of the Taiwanese as well.
You've kind of already touched down on the answer on in the first question, but how closely do Taiwan's drills and gray zone strategies align with broader U.S. defense policies and objectives in the Indo-Pacific region?
Well, U.S. and Taiwan's national interest is aligned in this sense. Like you have said, well, for the past few years, we have seen that the PLA has been trying to surround the island with different forces, including the air forces and including their naval ships, including their coast guard ships. And they are trying to impose different kind of strategy, including threat, including the show of power, including the possible quarantine and blockade. So this actually has posed a very serious threat, security threat to the Taiwanese. And the gray zone operations, as you have mentioned, also impose a very essential threat to the Taiwanese. For example, they cut off the undersea cable by the ships not directly belonging to the Chinese, but they use this kind of strategy, actually trying to sabotage the critical infrastructure of Taiwan, including the underwater cables and other things. So, well, the PLA and the CCP, the People's Republic of China actually has been trying and experimenting different tactics against Taiwan and sabotage Taiwan's security. So we have been very on high alert for the past few years, and working with the U.S. actually will be promoting this kind of situation and tactics that we can use against the PRC.
Thank you very much, Roger Liu, for joining us and sharing that insight with us and our